Good afternoon and welcome back to the home call. I've got the women's managers with me, Tom Clingo and Jacob Bennett. Guys, you must be thrilled to get over the line today, 2-0 winners against Woodingdean.
Yeah, I mean, from my perspective, I have to credit our opposition first and foremost. I thought, for large parts of that, they had our number. They put us in positions that maybe we've not been in this season, especially here. Having to break down a super organised low block. We played against really low blocks this year, but maybe that's the best organised I've seen so far. So impressed with them. I mean, I'd be gutted if I was in their position, and I think I heard them say we didn't deserve that. And honestly, if I was their coaching team, I'd probably be saying the same thing. I thought they were fantastic, and it took everything we had in us, and even a little bit more, maybe to go beyond what we knew in terms of our tactical side of the game. Make some tweaks to break them down. Little bit of fortune at the end, but I can't give the girls enough credit for how we played in that second half to get the goal.
Exactly, Jacob. Sometimes we played some really good stuff this year. There's no two ways about it. You're not top of the league for a fluke. The team have played really well. Today, it wasn't pretty, was it? But sometimes you just need to really give it 100% and dig in.
Yeah, we've spent a lot of the season trying to make sure we connect passes and build our way up through the pitch. We're not afraid to go direct at times, but we saw today with how organised they were, how dedicated they were to keeping players in that defensive shape. We had to make slight changes and put a bit more direct pressure on their back line. And what that did do is in the second half, is there were times where we were able to shift the ball side to side through different areas of the pitch, through the midfield, through the back line. But that was because of the fact we applied a lot more pressure higher up than we normally would, because the game called for it. And at the end of the day, while we want to play exactly how we want to play, at the 3 points, it comes whether you score one goal that's a tap-in or a 30-yard screamer, the 3 points come all the same.
Exactly. Clean sheets.
Yeah.
Let's just talk clean sheets. The first team are leading the way in clean sheets. I think they've had 3 on the trot.
Yeah.
We went to Herne Bay yesterday, 2-0.
Yeah.
Another clean sheet for you guys today. The back line and goalkeeper for you guys, whichever format you play at the back there, are doing the job for you, aren't they?
Yeah, I think the key to that is making sure we emphasise it and understand, all the players buying into the fact that ultimately, it sounds really blunt, but you can't lose if you don't concede. I think defensively, keeping a clean sheet, whether we're pressing high, whether we're sitting deep, whatever it might be, whatever the type of game, ultimately that takes 100 minutes of focus, whereas actually you can get a goal out of nothing. And as Jacob says, we want to play really nice football and attractive football, and I think largely we did. I honestly think in the second half we really did that, but ultimately if you keep that clean sheet, you'll get a goal out of anything. That's why we work so hard on the set pieces, and we work so hard on finding different ways to score goals and all those kind of things. And I think in the end it paid off, because as you say, we kept that clean sheet. We did defend well in the rare occasion we had to defend, and fortunately for us, we had enough at the other end of the pitch in the end.
Exactly. Just going forward now, I said to Gary Mansell yesterday that we've only got a handful of games left, and he said to me that they're just looking at one game at a time. And I'm guessing it's going to be exactly the same with you guys. Is that right?
Yeah, we're conscious of, we still got a cup game ahead of us, so we're conscious of the fixture load coming up and how we manage the squad through that. But we're very much, in terms of our preparation week by week in training, we're aware of what game comes after, but the focus is always this coming game. So we're very much similar mentality of game by game, because if something happens in one game, you might have to change what you do the next. So we're never too quick to plan 2-3 weeks in advance.
And you can't be over prepared with that either. I mean, if you take today, for example, it was actually probably hard for us to get a gauge on what the opposition would be like, because when we played them at their place, we went down to 10 players in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So actually they had to come at us in that game, because I think they were 1-0 down at that point, whereas actually we hadn't seen what happens if we dominate the ball for half an hour. How will they react? So you have to be ready for all eventualities. It's not a case of like you're preparing only for this game, only for this opposition. It's, girls, here are the ideas, here's how it could go, this is what we expect, but it might be different, and okay, it's now on you to adapt to that. And we do a lot of work on that, and I think fortunately doing those sort of situational moments in training of, okay, this is a situation, we need a goal, we've got 10 minutes, do this, do that, we've got an overload or an underload or whatever it might be. I think that has worked dividends for us so far, touch wood.
Exactly. Well, from everybody at the club, congratulations today. I know at half time it wasn't, everybody around here was holding their breaths and thinking, oh my God, but we've come strong. Brogan, goal scoring sensation, got us out of trouble there, 2 goals, but the whole team played well in that second half. 3 points, we march on.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you,
Cheers,
Kobo.
thank you.
Thank you very much.